Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever wanted to write a truly amazing story, but you weren't sure where to start? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today we're going to learn how to become fantastic writers, and I promise it's going to be a ton of fun.
Does this look familiar? That big empty page just kind of staring back at you? Yeah, sometimes figuring out what to write feels really, really tricky. But don't worry, we are going to solve that problem together today. But what if I told you that writing a story is a lot like building your favorite toy? Seriously, you just follow the steps, connect the pieces one by one, and before you even know it, you've built something totally incredible.
So here's our official blueprint for today's project. First, we're going to tackle that blank page problem. Then we'll spark a great idea, make a plan, actually build the story, and then give it a final polish. You ready to start building? Let's go.
Okay, let's dive right in. Our first step is all about that blank page. But from now on, we're not going to see it as something scary. Nope. We're going to see it as the exciting first step of a brand new creative adventure. Here's the secret. You don't have to build the entire thing all at once. Every amazing castle starts with just one single brick. And for us writers, our first brick is just a single idea. That's it. All we need is one little idea to get the whole thing started. So the big question is, how do we find that first idea? Let's talk about finding our first bricks for the story. And we're going to use a really fun tool to help us out. They're called picture prompts. A lot of writing experts say that using pictures is one of the best ways to get ideas. Instead of trying to pull something out of thin air, a picture gives your brain something fun to look at and play with. It really gets those creative juices flowing. Okay, let's try one together. Just close your eyes and imagine this picture. You see a cat, and it's wearing a tiny little astronaut helmet. There are sparkly stars all around it, and it's floating right next to a spaceship that's shaped like a fish. How cool is that? What kind of story could you tell? Is the cat a brave explorer? Is the fish ship his sidekick? See? One little picture can spark a whole universe of ideas. And from that one picture, we can create something super useful called a word bank. Think of it like your own personal idea kit. We can list the nouns, the who or what, like cat or space. Then the verbs, the action words like float or explore. And of course, adjectives to describe things like sparkly or brave. This helps us collect all the perfect words for our story. Fantastic. We've got our idea and a whole kit of words. Now hold on. Before any great builder starts putting bricks together, what do they need? A plan. And for writers, our plan has a cool name. It's called a graphic organizer, or sometimes just an outline. So what on earth is a graphic organizer? It's just a simple way to organize our thoughts. Think of it like a map for your story. Some awesome second graders use these to help them think about what they're going to write before they even start writing a single sentence. And our plan is really simple. It just has two main parts. First, you've got the big idea. This is the most important number one point of your story. And then you have the small ideas. These are all the cool details that help explain and support your big idea. So our story's blueprint is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1 is the introduction, where you tell us your big idea. Step 2 is the body, where you fill in all those awesome little details. And step 3 is the conclusion, where you wrap everything up nicely. All right, the plan is made, the idea is ready. Now it's time for the absolute best part. It's time to actually start building your story, laying down those words, one by one. Let's do this. Think of a paragraph like a mini story, all on its own. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. You start with your big idea. That's called your topic sentence. Then you add in your details to fill it out. And you finish it all off with a nice concluding sentence. Simple. And hey, if you ever feel a little stuck when you're writing, I've got a secret weapon for you. Sentence starters. Using words like first, next, after that, and finally are like little helpers. They give your writing a really solid structure and help all your ideas flow together perfectly. Now check out this amazing paragraph from a student named Hector. His big idea is, many things happen because of gravity. Perfect. Then he supports it with details. A ball falling, an acorn falling, apples falling. It's so simple, so clear, and it works perfectly. Great job, Hector.
Okay, it's time to put the roof on our building. We're talking about the conclusion. The conclusion is just the very end of your story. It's where you tie everything together and give your reader that nice, satisfying feeling that the story is complete.
Our story is built. But before we show it off to the world, every great builder does one last check to make sure everything looks perfect. For us writers, we call this the final polish. It's time to make it shine.
And here's a super easy checklist to help you out. Just ask yourself, is my big idea clear? Did I add enough details? Does every single sentence start with a capital letter and end with a period? And here's the most important one. Does it make sense when I read it out loud? Trust me, reading your story aloud is the best way to catch any little mistakes.
And just like that, you've done it. You are officially a story builder. You now have all the tools and the blueprint you need to turn any blank page into a wonderful, amazing creation that is all yours. So that really only leaves one last, very exciting question. What amazing story will you build next? Go on, get started.